Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. If you are new to the channel, then this is a totally different episode than what we usually do. Here we talk about digital marketing, tips and tricks, and just general business advice. But this is a totally different video. I've been totally overwhelmed and so surprised at the amount of messages of support that you guys have been sending our way after Hurricane Maria went through Puerto Rico. As many of you know, I'm Puerto Rican, and I feel like Chris is almost Puerto Rican. I brought him here today. This is my husband, by the way, because this is a really hard episode for me to talk about, and because I also think that he has a lot to add on to it. So let's talk about Puerto Rico, what's going on. So many of you guys have reached out to help. You know that my family is down there. If you follow me on social media, you've been seeing the updates of what's really going on right now. But yeah, so Puerto Rico went through an incredible financial crisis the past couple of years. They're having to pay back a ridiculous amount of debt, and so many people have lost their jobs, have lost their lives, not actually their lives, like just their world. Yeah. Trying to figure out how to continue living in the island and providing for their family. Or they've had to leave. Or they've had, most of them
find
have
opportunity
had to leave.
elsewhere.
Right. On top of it, Hurricane Irma went by 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks, 2 weeks prior to Maria.
Yeah, and it really weakened the island significantly. Lots of people lost everything, even though it only grazed the island. The winds were strong enough to destroy people's homes. On top of it, a week later, Hurricane Maria goes by and completely obliterates the home that I love. And I'm sorry to get emotional, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about what Puerto Rico means to me and why I really want to be able to help, and what you can do to help as well, because so many of you guys have been asking, like, what can we do? How can we support you? What is it that the island needs? How can we move forward? You're seeing all the videos on the news. You're there in heart and spirit. You know that we're American citizens, and after Florida and Harvey, you understand the gravity of what's really going on down there. So I wanted to talk about what's really going on, what are the things you're not seeing on the media, and how you can help. So going backwards, because I've been getting this question a lot. Yes, I was born in Puerto Rico and raised in Puerto Rico. I didn't move to the States until I was 21, which was 6 years ago. And my family is there, my friends are there, and I have such a connection with the place that I grew up in. Everything I am is because of Puerto Rico, because of the beautiful people that taught me and raised me and instilled so many values in me. And so I have this insane responsibility. I feel a responsibility to give back and to help them in their time of need. Inside the Business Lounge, as many of you guys know, we have a community and a membership. We have several Puerto Rican members, and it just breaks my heart to hear stories of them literally, so many of them losing, you know, their homes, losing access to the basics, like it's a complete blackout in the island right now. There's no power, there's no running water, there's no internet access. The cell towers are down. We literally were not able to talk to my family.
Even food and water, take it a step further.
Right.
Even food and water is becoming hard to come by. Clean drinking water is coming, you know, hard to come by for a lot of people. Right,
it's day 7 and still the island is completely dark. They're talking about months of this going on, you know, going forward until the power grid is restored. On top of it, cell towers are down. They're still slowly coming back, but we literally couldn't talk to my family for 5 days. Like, we had zero contact with them. It's day 7 today. And it's been so grueling and so hard to go through this from afar. And a lot of you have been asking, like, can we go down there? Are you guys planning on going down there? And the thing is, like, we wished we could. We would have been there literally day 2. The first day it happened,
she was ready to hop on a plane.
Absolutely. But we can't go there because
it adds to the problem.
Right, we're just consuming the resources. So everyone, and if you're watching this and you're Puerto Rican, you know that that's true. Yeah. Everyone is begging Americans, please don't come down. We don't have hotels to house you in. We don't have water so that you can flush the toilets. We don't have enough food so that you can eat. Please help from afar. And so there's so much going on right now. You know, it is a complete island, so it's not like what was going on with Florida or Texas, where the devastation was terrible and it was really, really hard to watch all of that happen. But at least FEMA was able to get there with trucks and supplies from other states. That's not what's going on in Puerto Rico. It's an island, which means everything has to be shipped. There aren't enough helicopters on the island to be able to transport the supplies to the people. In fact, we were just watching a report that was talking about how there's thousands of shipping containers in the port in San Juan. 3,000 to be exact, and there's not enough trucks in the island that are operable or truck drivers to take those supplies into the mainland. Yeah. So we're having a humanitarian crisis where literally like little kids don't have water, and it's turning into a third world country.
People are dying in hospitals because there's no power to keep the life support on. I mean, this happened in San Juan, which is the biggest city in Puerto Rico. So if it's happening there, imagine what's happening to the rest of the island. I mean,
And I don't want you to think that my family is unsafe. We've talked to my parents, my brothers down there, Brian, and we're okay. They're surviving, they're figuring things out, they're making moves, but not everyone is that fortunate, okay? We're seeing literally story after story after story of people who've lost everything, either from the strong winds or from the flood, literally water coming in just like you saw with Harvey. But this time, you know, the ocean's actually bringing in dead animals into their homes, and this is becoming like an actual health crisis as well. So it's overwhelming to watch, it's overwhelming to see. My heart is beyond broken at this point. I can't even tell you how painful it is to see my countrymen go through this and not be able to do more. But I did want to get the word out there. I wanted you to know how you can help. And so Chris and I have put a plan together of a couple of things that you can do to help, and that we're also going to be doing so that we can give back and help my people, the people of Puerto Rico, rebuild their country and rebuild their lives.
Yeah, I think the first and foremost, I think the main thing to remember is that Puerto Ricans are Americans too. And I think that's often neglected or forgotten. Just to give you my experience with Puerto Rico, obviously I had never been prior to meeting my wife, but when I went, I was welcomed with open arms. I mean, I truly fell in love with just the zest for life. The people just were incredible. They're beautiful, vibrant, incredible people. The island itself, like every single fond memory I have, pretty much, as far as my relationship with Kim is concerned, it happened in Puerto Rico. I mean, we got engaged in Puerto Rico, we got married in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was our escape when the trials and tribulations and just the hustle and bustle that we live on a pretty frequent basis with our businesses. When we need to detach and get away, like, we go back to Puerto Rico. Like, this is what we do, and this is where we go. So it's devastating, I think, to know that next time we go back, it's not going to be how we remembered it previously. The next time we go back, some of those lives may not be there anymore, or they may have left the island altogether. You know, some of these incredible people that welcomed me like I was family, like I was, you know, one of their own. They may have to leave because there's no work left for them, or, you know, there's going to be this mass exodus, is the thought of people that just have to leave the island because there's nothing left there for them. So we don't want to see that happen, and we want to provide as much support as possible from afar. So what we've done is, and we really hope that you would have it in your heart to contribute in whatever way possible. We understand that, you know, people every week are asked to provide something to some organization or some charity, and so we certainly understand that, you know, this year in particular has been quite brutal with, as Kim mentioned, Houston and Florida, and so
Mexico, and all the devastation.
Yeah, everywhere. Japan. I mean, it's all over the world. It's happening everywhere. So, but what we've done, if you feel that, you know, in the kindness of your heart, that you're willing to help us out with this particular relief effort in Puerto Rico, if you go to chrismichaelharris.com/PR, that's my website.
Link's going to be in the description box below.
Yes, /PR, like Puerto Rico. We found 3 charities that we vetted and have come highly, highly recommended. We really did our research because we wanted to make sure we knew where your money would actually go if you did choose to contribute. And honestly, even $1 goes a long way. That is a clean bottle of water for somebody, if you want to think of it that way. Whatever you can give would be greatly, greatly appreciated. The first of which is called Friends of Puerto Rico. These are all 501(c)(3)s. You can look that up. The first one is Friends of Puerto Rico. Definitely check that one out. There's also one, Kim and her family are Adventist, Seventh-day Adventist. So there's one that's called ADRA. It's Adventist Disaster Relief Program. I don't know what the A stands for. I think it's association or something to that degree. And then the last is UNICEF, which I'm sure the majority of you are familiar with. So any of those three are highly touted, and like I said, came highly recommended, and we have definitely vetted those. Would be absolutely appreciated. But Kim's also going to talk to you a little bit about some other ways, if you're an online business owner, you're a business owner, an entrepreneur yourself, that might be more applicable to you or might be more aligned with how you want to help out with the relief efforts.
Yeah, before we dive into that, I just wanted to mention real quick that these organizations have already like a presence on the island prior to the hurricane. So they've already been working with the people there, making sure that they're taken care of, that they have the supplies that they need. And so because transportation is such a problem right now, like I mentioned before, we have roads that are just not passable and the trucks can't get there to provide supplies. We have literally like an entire island that all the supplies need to be shipped to. We just need people who know the island, have an established presence there, already have relationships with the locals who can distribute these supplies faster and more effectively while the army gets there and is able to provide more helicopters and more aid and more protection to the people who are distributing these. This is what we need right now. We need to be able to support these organizations that already have a presence in Puerto Rico, and that's why we chose them. And then there's another thing that you can do as well. Like maybe you can't donate right now financially, and that's fine. Calling your local representative, calling your local senator, and asking for an immediate release of a relief kit is so important for Puerto Rico right now. Time is of the essence. People are running out of time. It is day 7 and we still have hospitals that are literally operating day by day because they don't have enough diesel to be able to power the generators and have the generators provide access to life support machines, that dialysis machines, literally things that are so critical for people's health right now. So time is truly of the essence. If you can call your local representative, you can call the senator and ask for these things and pressure them into sending more resources faster. That can make such a big impact right now, and we're going to be linking to
it's going to be included on the page where you can find that specific representative.
Exactly, as well as a script that you can follow if you want to email them, if you want to call them, if you want to go ahead and send a letter by snail mail, but I prefer that you call or that you email because really time is of the essence here. And that's another great way that you can really contribute. Now you do have to be a US resident. Please keep that in mind. You have to be living in the US in order for your message to be taken seriously. So that's way number 2. Way number 3 is kind of looking, I guess, to the future, and this is something that we're going to be doing immediately, is opening up 30 scholarship slots plus we're going to be opening up more of them if it's needed to the Business Lounge. As many of you guys know, we have a membership site that's designed to help entrepreneurs leverage the power of the internet to build their businesses, get more leads and sales, and the people of Puerto Rico truly need this right now. So we're going to be opening up 30 scholarships for Puerto Ricans living and operating their businesses from Puerto Rico to help them rebuild their businesses and their lives as a result. One of the things that, of course, we're thinking of, it's obviously they need help right now, and those are basic needs, right? Supplies like generators, supplies like access to clean water and food and electricity are so important. But looking at the future, Puerto Rico's already in an insane economic crisis. Now the island is completely devastated, and rebuilding seems like an incredible challenge. So we want to be able to support our people, support those businesses, and be able to provide them with mentorship and access to myself and Chris, so they can get the best resources, the most up-to-date information, right, that we can provide to help them rebuild and get better ideas as to how they can leverage the internet to grow their businesses and really stimulate the economy, which is something that they need. Yeah. They needed desperately before now. Now they need it even more. Yeah. And so that's the third thing we're going to be doing. The fourth thing is also really important, and that is both Chris and I have online training programs, and we're going to be releasing those as a mega sale and donating all of the proceeds to hurricane relief efforts. So we're going to be, one of my programs is going to be create awesome YouTube videos. We just released it last month inside the Business Lounge membership. It's exclusive to the Business Lounge membership, but for a limited time. And because of these efforts, we're going to be pulling it out of the membership so you can purchase it separately. We're going to be slashing it to literally less than 80, it's more than 80% off that course. We're going to be selling it for $19, whereas we would have sold it for something like $200, and providing that to you as a way for you to access something of value that can really help you figure out how to create awesome videos. I get that question from you guys constantly. So how do you create your videos, and how do you do it on your smartphone on a budget? So I'm going to be walking you inside of that course. There's 23 lessons and 4 bonuses that are coming out step by step, A to Z, how to create awesome videos for your business. And in return, you actually get to not just get really great value, but you also get to contribute to this amazing cause. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to let Chris talk about his program.
Yeah, my flagship program is called the Startup Launch Factory, and it's aimed at helping people that have never started a business start a business. So you know the order by which you should be doing certain things to consider when you're maneuvering your growth stages and things of that nature. Just really set a solid foundation for your business, because I often have found, and myself included in this equation, that you look back in hindsight and think, oh, had I only known that 6 months prior. So what we've created is a step-by-step program in which it teaches you to do just that. So that's going to also be offered on there at that same $19 price.
Yeah, and so the Startup Launch Factory is this program. If you are thinking about starting a new venture, this is the perfect program to join. And so Chris is going to be offering that as a discount as well. 100%, every cent, every dollar, every cent that we make out of this campaign is going to go directly to hurricane relief efforts, providing generators, providing filtration pumps, providing all those things that they're going to need, not just this week, but in the coming months, which is so important. So the links to all of these several ways that you can help us with this specific cause are going to be on Chris's page. Again, that link is chrismichaelharris.com/PR. It's going to be linked in the YouTube card if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, you're going to be able to see that in the link description as well. So you can check out all the details. We're going to be running this promotion, at least a part of the sale, for a limited amount of time, so you can get the details of all of that. And honestly, I thank you so much for your prayers, for your thoughts, for the emails I've been receiving, for the overwhelming amount of social media messages. Thank you for caring so much. I know that America truly cares, but this is a way that you can literally just put your little grain of sand and contribute towards bettering and reestablishing Puerto Rico as a whole and truly making a difference.
Yeah, and if you like this video and you want people to know about it, definitely make sure to share it on social, to hit that like button so that other people can see it, if you can help in sharing our word to help this cause.
Yeah, and thanks for mentioning that. If you're not a Puerto Rican and you don't qualify for a scholarship, share it. Yeah. Share it with a friend, share it with someone that might have, an online business. I know that internet is like basically non-existent on the island anymore, but we want to be able to provide this now so that when the power is restored and internet access is more available, we can jump right in with these businesses and guide them and help them to reinvent themselves and move forward. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is totally out of the norm in terms of the content that we put out on the channel. I really, truly appreciate you watching this and sharing it with your family and your friends. And I'll see you in upcoming episodes. We're gonna go back to our regular schedule, but know that we're working really hard behind the scenes. And if you wanna be a part of this effort, we just really thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks guys. God bless, all the best to you.
Bye for now.